Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. We are back 2 days before Thanksgiving and exciting with 2 more recipes for your holidays. If you are brand new, welcome. We are glad that you're here. We are live on Facebook every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 11 a.m. After that, you can find all of our videos and our recipes on our YouTube channel, also called Cindy's Kitchen, or you can head over to MeWe, where there's also recipes called Cindy's Kitchen. So you have lots of options to find Cindy's Kitchen. We're not the down and dirty, quick, 30-second show or video that you see online. If you want those, just a quick, see what it is, no chitty chat, head on over to those. This is not gonna be your cup of tea. We're a cooking community. We like to talk, we're silly, we chitty chat, and it's about 45 minutes. So there you go. If you want a shorter version, head on over to YouTube because those are edited down. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Julie from Northwest Houston. Tommy's here, hi. Joanne, hello, sunshine, good to see you. Anne's on. Anne, is that, oh no, that's Joanne. Okay, sorry. Susan, good to see you. Just look at, does that pattern not make you happy? I'm so torn between this pattern and this pattern. I love my Polish pottery. I'm such a bad person. Good morning, Sharon, good to see you. Anne from the UK, I hope you're well also. Joan, good morning from Illinois. Good to see you. Debbie's here. Keisha's here. Good to see you. I missed you guys last week too. Debbie, it's snowing in Illinois? Oh my goodness. It's warm and kind of rainy here in Houston. Yeah. I bought this neck warmer from More Polish Pottery because it was so pretty and I was like, oh, wouldn't that be cool? And I can wear it. And I don't know that I'm ever going to get an opportunity to wear it because, you know, it's Houston. Most Christmases, usually on Christmas Day, we're in the swimming pool. Doggone it. I may have to come visit some of you guys where the snow is. Debbie, I may have to come visit you or Joanne, one of you. I know. Oh, it's supposed to rain later. Good morning, Melinda. I have to tell you guys, I know, isn't it pretty? It's called chicory. Chicory. I love that. While we're waiting for everybody to get in, I have to tell you a funny story. I mean, maybe not. But when I was in high school, hey, Gail from Chicago. When I was in college, my mom and my grandma, who I called Nanny, my mom and my nanny were really good about sending me letters. Okay, you know, this is back in the olden days when we walked barefoot uphill both ways, right? Oh, your snow all melted. Okay. And anyway, so there was no cell phones to speak of, and so there's no texting, there's no email, and so it was letters. And so they were really good, so that if you visit More Polish Pottery, it's like 40 minutes away. Debbie, I am jealous of you. Judy, good morning. Needless to say, so their letters were really great for me when I was in college because they made me feel loved. But I remembered as a college student thinking, good Lord, every letter talked about what they ate for dinner every night or something, right? Like what they'd cooked, what they'd eaten, and all of their aches and pains. And I thought, oh my, I hope I don't get so old that all I'm talking about is food and my aches and pains. And here I am at 55. And what do I talk about? Food and my aches and pains. I have turned into my mother and my grandmother. Help me, help me. Good morning, Claudia. Hi, Vicky. Good to see you. So anyway, my ache and... Anyway. All right, well, let's get started, shall we? Time to go. Sip of coffee or tea or whatever it is you're drinking. Raise your cups and let's clink. Clink. Cheers. Last sip. To me, the sausage balls always were a little dry. A little dry for me. Now, several people have made them, including my mother. and they're good, but I'm just, oh, you need a cup of coffee when you're drinking it, right? Oh, you've never made them. Okay, Debbie. So I found a recipe that intrigued me, and then I had to mess with it a little bit. And so now I have the sausage ball that will be my favorite. And that's why they're called creamy sausage balls. So let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do, morning Judy, good to see you. Hey Sandy. We're gonna start with your baking mix. Now I don't have Bisquick. This was on sale. Because everything I buy is on sale. So this is, this is like Cracker Barrel brand, and it says baking and pancake mix. It's the same thing. So if you have some generic, my friend Janet, hey Ann, Janet and I, instead of onion, I don't know. She gives me a hard time. And you're 12 miles away from Leicester. Okay, well, close though. Okay. So if you have a really deep bowl, or if you're using a stand mixer, that would be even better. Because usually on the stand mixers, the bowl is deeper. Okay. All right. Now, it's still powdery. I am going to, I'm just going to use my spatula and just kind of give it a stir. Because the hardest thing here is the cream cheese. Oh, look, I'm throwing stuff. Or maybe it had already thrown it. The cream cheese, if you went through all this once, and like I said, wore it, but it's okay. Anyway, but I couldn't turn away. I just kept oven, and it's made a mess everywhere. And I start to read some of the comments, and these people were not nice. Like, oh my goodness. I don't need these yet, but just so I didn't have to wash, right? I have new ones, different ones. Pardon. For our crust, the only thing I'm using are graham cracker crumbs. Now you have two options with these. You obviously graham crackers and put them in your food processor. If you want to make the whole recipe, you'll need two because it's too much for just one. Or you just cut it in half, which is what my mom. Oh, I forgot to melt my butter. 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Hold on. All right, so I forgot to melt my butter. So it's, hey Nina, Maria, good morning. Oh, gosh. Okay, now normally I would make this in a 9 by 13. I forgot my spray. Spray. Come hither. There we go. Normally, I would make this in a 9 by 13, but I'm running a little low on refrigerator space. So bad. This is so bad that this is why I'm changing it. The recipe will be for a 9 by 13 if you're not going to do it in the pre-made crust. That being said, I am using, what am I using? A 10.5 square, and it's 3 inches deep. So this is a 10.5 square dish, and it's 3 inches deep. You see how deep it is? So it won't be as long, and it'll be taller. I don't have any problem with that. But if you do, just use the 9 by 13. All good. Okay, we only have 4 eating here, so I don't need something that looks really big, because I'm just gonna probably eat this with a spoon. Not in front of you, because I know how you guys are. All right, crust goes in. Crust goes in, and then we're just gonna spread it out and push it down. Spread it out and then press it down. That's what we're gonna do. It won't seem as buttery as you probably think it should be. If you want, you can always add, if you think it's a little too dry, you can always add another tablespoon of butter. That's fine too. Just depends on, how you've made it. So we've made this before on the show. How many of you have made this? Because we're gonna use chocolate pudding and cream cheese and Cool Whip. How many of you have made this? Okay, so this is going in the oven, 350 degrees for 10 minutes. Ready? 10 minutes, here we go. Viola. Okay, now I'm going to get the sausage balls back out. This is a hard day, right? Jess is gonna have a nightmare editing this video because I'm going back and forth from the sausage balls to the chocolate delight. And we can't put the sausage in with the chocolate pudding. That would be nasty. Anyway. Oh, so here we go. It was about 10 minutes. Now we're gonna need a baking sheet. This is a half sheet pan with a piece of parchment paper, okay? If you have like a little scoopy thing with a clicky thing, what is that called? Like a melon baller, yeah, I don't know. I have one, I don't like it, because every time I do the sticky thing, it doesn't come out. This is just my ice cream scoop. It's purple. Are you surprised that my ice cream scoop is purple? All right, so what I'm gonna do, oh here, this is what it is. This scoopy thing with a doohickey. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Joan, you are just lovely. You're just you're making my heart feel good. So thank you, Joan. I really appreciate that. You guys have saved my life too. Because you know, when you were in the beginning, when my husband was gone for 86 days, that was hard to be alone. And so with you guys, I felt like I wasn't really alone. So thank you. You guys have saved me too. Hello, Sheila. Good morning. Ice cream scoop. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do is fill it about, you know, and then, oh, you know what? I'm not using my fingers. I'm not doing that because somebody's going to, here's what we're going to do. Because you know I'm going to have to, let's operate. Nurse, gloves. Do you feel like you're on Grey's Anatomy now? They always get these on so quickly, right? And I guess it's practice. I bet my husband can get them on really fast. He has to use the large ones, you know, to get them on. I spray my scoopy thing. Oh, Gail, what a good tip. Did you guys know that? If you spray the scoopy thing, that it'll come out easier. Gail, you know, I'd never thought about that. You are so smart. All right, here we go. Scoop, and I'm gonna do this so you can see. I'll start up here, and then I'm gonna put it down. Now, what I found when I made the first batch, which was that a half of the recipe, is that I could fill this sheet with half. So if you were gonna go ahead and make the entire recipe, so not split it in half, you would have 2 baking sheets full of sausage balls. And Gail mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure it was Gail, that these freeze wonderfully. You don't have to cook them first. So what you can do is you can go ahead and roll them into balls and then put them like on a sheet. You don't want to roll them into balls and then put them in a freezer bag because then they'll just all mush together. Roll them in a ball, put them on a cookie sheet and stick them in the freezer. Although I hate when recipes say that because my freezer is full and there's never any room for an entire cookie sheet in my freezer. Good morning, Mother. Oh, my mom has been busy in the kitchen. We are not going to get to spend Thanksgiving together this year. Luckily, she's right there by my sister, and so they will be able to spend Thanksgiving together. So my sister and my niece and my mom. And us here is just gonna be the 4 of us, just the 4 of us. Which is sad, but we're gonna Zoom. So I will get to see my mom and my sister and my niece and my great nephew on the Zoom call. Cause you know, it's like my husband says, a Zoom Thanksgiving is better than an ICU Christmas. I know. I'm a broken record, aren't I? That I say it too much. But I want you guys to be safe. I do. I want you to be safe. Anybody new on today that has never been to Cindy's Kitchen, say hello and tell us where you're from. Oh, I have to tell you something else I got new. There's 5 of you. Something else I got new, I have to tell you. I got this new toothpaste. This is gonna freak you out, but I don't know, you know, I was like, oh, it's a whitening toothpaste. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll get that. And it said, I think the brand was Hello. I think that's what the brand was, Hello. And it said it had, okay, now I'm gonna roll them into balls. That's why I have the gloves on, really. So we're just gonna take them off and give them a roll. I'm old, Debbie. Anyway, so I bought it, and it said it had charcoal and coconut oil in it. Now, remember when coconut oil first came out, and you know, it was a big deal, and everybody was using coconut oil, and one of the things they said is that if you swished it with coconut oil every night, it would whiten your teeth. Good morning, Sherilyn. Okay, well, I was one of the idiots. I was one of the morons that thought, well, it can't hurt. And it was kind of disgusting to swish with oil, especially because in the beginning, they didn't have the liquid coconut oil. It was just like that solid stuff. But I did it for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. I didn't see any difference, so there you go. That being said, I bought this toothpaste. Hold on. I bought this toothpaste, and it said charcoal and coconut oil. And I was thinking, wow, well, that would be cool. That should really have a lot of whitening, you know, properties. Hey, Noor, good to see you. So I buy it. And then I'm finally out of toothpaste, so I open it to start using it. The toothpaste, I mean, it said charcoal. I know that it said charcoal. But I don't know that I actually really thought about it. Charcoal. The toothpaste is black. It's black, I tell you. I mean, my poor little toothbrush. Oh, and so I'm using it. I'm trying to be a good girl, and I don't like to buy stuff and then not use it. That irritates me, because then I feel like I've wasted money. So if I buy something, then I feel like I have to use it. Okay, there we go. So on this one, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. 16, 17. So there you go. There we go. Now, you just took it out? Okay. Off with the gloves, right? Good morning, Cindy and Karen. All right, so our sausage balls that have baking powder like Bisquick, something like that. You did too, Joanne. How funny. Thank you, Noor. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. The baking mix, the cheddar cheese, cream cheese, green onions, and what goes in them regularly? Sausage. There's sausage balls, Cindy. Of course there's sausage in there. Anyway, so that's what we got. Good morning, Sarah. Good to see you. All right, so into a 350-degree oven for 25 minutes. Now keep an eye, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna look at the sausage balls and say, well, they should be a little darker on the top. But you know what happens if you leave them in there too long? The bottoms get too dark, even with the parchment paper. So keep an eye. Anyway, now we're gonna make back to the chocolate delight. Back to the chocolate delight. Now we're gonna make the filling, okay? All right, so I'm gonna use the same bowl. It had graham crackers and butter and sugar in it, so I'm fine. Okay, the first thing we're gonna add is 8 ounces of cream cheese, room temperature. There you go. Anyhow, so I use this black toothpaste. Oh. And I'm kind of freaked out. One, because I keep my mouth closed. I don't know about you, but I keep my mouth closed when I'm brushing my teeth, right? So I'm, right? Because you don't want things splashing out anywhere, even when I notice there are even though I'm keeping my mouth closed, pretty much, I notice that there are black flecks all over the white sink. So now I'm thinking, do you remember that, that scene from Outbreak when they're in the movie theater and the guy or the girl sneezes and then it's in slow motion and all the little particles go out all through the movie theater? Okay, that's all I can think about. I'm brushing my teeth with my mouth shut. All is good, even though I'm kind of freaked out with the dark, that's and I'm like, oh, coronavirus. No. Anyway, so I use it. The hardest thing I think is to get my toothbrush clean. Like I always go under the thing and get but it's kind of hard to get out of the toothpaste. And then when you spit, mine didn't taste gritty. The Hello brand that I got, it didn't taste gritty. It's just kind of disgusting. I don't know. We'll see. I bought it. I'm going to keep using it. Okay, 8 ounces of cream cheese. In we go. We need 1 cup of powdered sugar. Powdered sugar. What do you guys call this in the UK, Anne or Janet? What do you call powdered sugar? I used to know the answer. I know that granulated sugar is called caster sugar, but I can't remember what powdered sugar is called. Anyway, 1 cup. In we go. We're gonna need 2 packages, 2 I tell you, of Jell-O instant chocolate pudding. Instant chocolate pudding. Now you're gonna say to yourself, 10 times. It's, icing sugar. That's what it's called. Icing sugar. You're gonna say to me, Cindy, why do I need 2 packages of the small ones? Can't I just use 1 of the big ones? And my answer to you is no. Wanna know why? Wanna know why? Do you? Yes, of course you do. The answer is because this one is 3.9 ounces. 3.9 ounces. A large thing of instant pudding is 5.9 ounces. Well, 3.9 and 3.9 does not equal 5.9, does it? No, it does not. Even I can do that math. Good morning, Linda from Illinois. Good to see you. So, needless to say, don't think that you can think you're smarter than me and do the 1 big package. It will not be the same. 2, you can do sugar-free if you want.